Hey guys, what's up? Toboloco here. Welcome back to our part 3 of our 2010 FIFA World Cup South Africa run with Slovenia. We are at the World Cup after a really good qualifying campaign. This is our group: Portugal, Ivory Coast and Costa Rica. So very tough group for Slovenia. I would say a very well-rounded group. I'd say a very well-rounded group because anybody can beat anyone. I mean, Portugal only just squeezed by Costa Rica with a 1-0 victory. So we have Ivory Coast next. I forgot to mention and show at the start, it's on legendary difficulty. I'm sure you already know that by now. I show it every single time I play this game, you know. So, yeah. Ivory Coast next against Slovenia, our first match of the World Cup. And I'm hoping Slovenia can carry the good qualifying form over into the World Cup. Of course, we had a great campaign, scoring a lot of goals. Our main striker was scoring tons of goals up top. And, you know, hopefully he can hit the ground running against Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast are always quite a difficult team to play. This is the best version of Ivory Coast that exists in any FIFA game. I have to say as well, I really love the fact that during qualifying, I didn't have the kits for Slovenia, like the actual kits. I only had like the normal standard ones. And now when I come to the World Cup, I've got the one with the lines over it representing the mountains. I love that kit for Slovenia, the one I've got now. I think it's such a nice, clean kit. Now, will Slovenia perform at this 2010 World Cup? In real life, they couldn't get the job done and got eliminated in the group stages. But this run is obviously slightly different. It's a different group, different situations, and I'm managing them. So hopefully my management can get Slovenia deep into this World Cup. I don't expect to win it, but I expect possibly around a 16/quarter final. Robert Corrin on the ball and gets tripped up. No foul. Okay, that's 2 that Ivory Coast have gotten away with so far, and they're playing very aggressively over the top to Novakovic. He was the main goal scorer in qualifying. Can he find his way towards the goal here? Or just wide? Mistake there. Kalu, fantastic challenge, but it rolls wide, thankfully. I think the challenge kind of put Kalu off. That was a very dangerous moment for Slovenia. Corrin goes for the strike, and good save from the Ivory Coast keeper. It's going to be a corner to Slovenia. Ivory Coast here, they go for it. Good save by Handanovic to catch that one. And it's going to go into half-time. Both sides have had decent chances, but still it remains 0-0. I think the result favours Slovenia more than Ivory Coast, because obviously we are ever so slightly weaker than them. How is that not a foul? He literally took me out from behind. The referee's blind in this game when it comes to Ivory Coast making challenges. It's been such a closely contested game. Only a few shots between all of us, and well, I mean, that was a really bad pass, and thankfully the shot was a weak one. But yeah, no, it's been a very even game. Slovenia have battled, and I feel like we've battled harder than Ivory Coast really, but we just can't get past their defence as long as we can keep Ivory Coast away. No, oh thank goodness Drogba got in the way of that shot, and well, it goes wasted. This would be a decent result for Slovenia though. You know, drawing against Golden Generation Ivory Coast, not too bad. There we go, we drew 0-0. Not the most exciting start, but Ivory Coast wouldn't let me pass, and we wouldn't let Ivory Coast score either. So yeah, points are shared, and that's a decent start. Second match of the group is going to be against Costa Rica. So, of course, this is technically the weaker team of the whole entire group. And, well, we should be winning this one, in my opinion. I think Slovenia have what it takes to beat Costa Rica. But you never know, they might come out of the gates really strong and just beat me and then give me a situation where I need to beat Portugal in the last match. And that's a ball to Novakovic. And this will be a goal for, I think that's Corrin, I believe. Yes, it is. And that is 1-0. It was a bit of a cheesy move, but I didn't really fancy my chances one-on-one here against Navas. You know, the angle was too tight. But I saw Corin running in, and we just tap it in for our first goal of the 2010 World Cup. 1-0 against Costa Rica already. Costa Rica, oh, that was too close. Very, very close from Costa Rica. That would have been a really random goal out of nowhere. Come on. Corin's running through. Can he do it? Go on. I pressed the shoot button, but he didn't want to shoot. That was weird. And it's blocked. Costa Rica defending pretty well. Keep giving away random fouls all the time. I don't understand how the computer doesn't give away those kind of fouls when they literally do the same types of tackles as me. Slovenia have been pressing Costa Rica, but unfortunately we've only got the one goal. I'm a bit disappointed at our output. It's been not great despite us winning. I'm just scared that Costa Rica are going to come back into this game. This is a good chance to get a good win against Costa Rica with all the shots we're having and bag the 3 points. Can't really seem to tackle Costa Rica here as they push forward. Bit annoying, especially when the referee's trying to give fouls for absolutely nothing. They're playing really well and not letting Slovenia touch the ball, and that just goes wide. It's a through ball to Dedic. And can he score here? Yes, he can. It's 2-0. Good little tap in, and that is 2. And that should down Costa Rica's hopes a little bit more as Slovenia make it 2. Been a little bit of a quiet one, but that's fine. Oh, took a deflection, but it's smashed in. It's offside, unfortunately. Over the top. Novakovic. 3-0, and that should be game, set and match now. What a ball over the top from Jokic, and just tapped in by Novakovic. This is going to be a good win for Slovenia with only 14 minutes to play, because, you know, we got Portugal in our last game, and they could easily beat us. So, you know, getting 4 points on the board is very, very good. And it could enable us, that's 4-0 by the way, it could enable us to go through even if we lose against Portugal. Dedic has scored in the 80th minute to make it 4 against Costa Rica. Great passing play, look at this, just too easy. And that is going to be game over. Slovenia have beaten Costa Rica by 4-0. What a performance that is. Could easily be our best match of the tournament. So our group is a very, very tight situation really, because if we lose against Portugal, then Portugal will go above us with 7 points, and if Ivory Coast beat Costa Rica, which I'm expecting them to do, then they'll have 5 points. So we could easily get eliminated on the final day if we lose. So our final match is going to be against Portugal. Of course, we need to either win or draw to stay at this tournament. I really have a feeling that Ivory Coast are going to beat Costa Rica, and we can't let Portugal beat us. We need to stand firm and stop them from scoring against us. Portugal already seem up for this. They want to win it to guarantee their place in the round of 16. Of course, if we beat them, then they could go out if Ivory Coast win. That was weird. I thought I got that, and luckily it hits the side netting. Bit of a weird defensive play. Over the top, Corin. I couldn't quite get the shot off in time. I needed to control it and I didn't have enough time. Eduardo just came out and stopped me. Ivory Coast are winning against Costa Rica. Corin. Oh, that was weird. And yes, it just dribbles in for 1-0. I tried to pass it into the box. Came straight back to Novakovic. And the goalkeeper didn't even react. And Portugal are 1-0 down against Slovenia. Well, this is a great start. This is a fantastic start. This will eliminate Portugal if it continues like this. That was incredibly lucky. Came off the defender, came back to me, and I just shoot and it goes straight in. It gets kind of tackled, but crossed in, and oh, I thought that actually might have looped in for a second. Costa Rica have equalised, so there might be hope for Portugal even if they are losing right now. I don't think we'll be getting more against Portugal. It might be just a 1-0, but Slovenia have played very well, and that's what I like. I like the gradual, well, getting into this tournament, I'd say, and that was unlucky. That should have been to the other side of the keeper, really, but that's fine. It was an attempt, and that's a through ball, Lee Edson. It's going through. Can we stop him? And he puts it wide. Well, he pretty much did what I usually do. You know, going through on goal like that and then just putting it wide. 68th minute, we still got Portugal here losing 1-0. They had a big chance to equalise, but they missed it. And I think that we could potentially win this match. The further we get into it, the more confident I am that Slovenia can get over the line. Deco to take this one. Crossed in. And that's actually headed in by, I think, Bruno Alves. Okay. An unlikely goal scorer. I was expecting the other guy to header it. I think it was Ronaldo that was actually trying to get in there. But Bruno Alves did it. And that's 1-1. That's the first goal we've conceded at this World Cup. And there's no shame in conceding to Portugal. Thanks, referee, for blocking the pass there. Blatant corruption as usual. Portugal are literally untackleable. And they scored again. Wow, really? And it's Lee Edson this time. Now, what's the betting? Now Ivory Coast will take the lead. They will, won't they? I could not tackle him to save my life. Yeah, of course it does. This is so rigged, man. It's so rigged. That is actually incredible. We concede 2 quick goals and now Slovenia are hanging on by a knife edge at this World Cup. That's a good pass. And the shot was absolutely disgraceful. The shot was disgraceful. What was that? I can't believe this situation. Like, we've blown it hard in this World Cup. How did we get a situation where we were 1-0 up against Portugal, they got 2 quick goals, and the second goal I felt was a little bit BS because I couldn't tackle the guy to save my life. Now I won't get the ball back at all. Portugal have done me, and so have Ivory Coast in this group. Very annoying situation as the computer just wastes time now. I don't think that Slovenia are going to get the ball back. And, well, they don't deserve it, really. But, okay, we get eliminated. Eliminated with 10 minutes left on the clock. I cannot believe that Portugal did that. We were 1-0 up, and Slovenia chucked it away. And I couldn't tackle Portugal to save my life. I couldn't tackle him. And Ivory Coast clutched up as well, winning 2-1 against Costa Rica. Slovenia are going home. So Brazil won the World Cup against Spain and England beat Portugal 2-1 in the third place playoff final. So if you're wondering, this is how it went down in the round of 16 / quarterfinals and stuff. So any surprises there? Mali getting through to the round of 16, that's quite surprising. North Korea getting to the quarterfinals, that's really surprising. And before we end this video, let's have a look at how the group stages went down, even though we know who went through to the round of 16. But let's see who got close. So that's Group A. England and Cameroon go through. Iran missing out by 3 points. The host, South Africa, only getting 1 point in that group. In Group B, it was like that. So Egypt missed out on the round of 16 by 3 points. Russia getting 0 points in that group. In Group C, Bulgaria somehow topping that group with Germany and Mexico in there, and China as well. China only got 1 point, but Bulgaria were pretty good. In Group D, it was Holland and Sweden that went through. Chile missed out by 1 point, and Japan going home with just the 1. In Group E, it was Spain and Paraguay that both go through with 7 points. Denmark with 0 points. That's a little surprising. Honduras picked up 3 points at least. In Group F, this is how it looked like. So obviously on the final day, we blew it. It was so unfortunate, man. I mean, you could make the case that Portugal, obviously, they're one of the best teams in the game. Of course, they're a 5-star team, but Ivory Coast as well, they got their golden generation. They're arguably again another amazing team on this game. We drew against them at the start and then like thrashed Costa Rica 4-0, but somehow that still wasn't enough, and it was just a situation. I knew that Ivory Coast would score immediately when I conceded against Portugal. Like it was like a story-based game. In Group G, Italy and North Korea go through. United States going home with 2 points, and Belgium having a very bad performance with 1 point. And of course, the last group, we have Czech Republic going through with 5 points. Australia going through over Argentina on goal difference with 3 points. Argentina got 3 points, but obviously lost out on goal difference. And Nigeria going home with 2 points. It was actually quite a close group, to be fair. I hope you enjoyed your final part of your Slovenia series. It was quite a small part, but still a decent one, you know, in the group stages. Nonetheless, apart from losing, of course, on the final day. But if you did enjoy it, then please give it a like and subscribe. Keep it local as always. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again for the next video.